Welcome, dear Thriver, to Thriver TV, where we heal for real from narcissistic abuse rather than just manage the symptoms. So many beautiful souls come to me saying, Mel, I've read all the books, I understand narcissists inside and out, but I still feel hooked. I'm still anxious. I still feel broken. I feel like I can't move on. But here's the truth. And this is the reason why they still feel like this. It's because you can't think your way out of trauma. Because trauma doesn't live in your mind, it lives in your body. Even science now backs this. A renowned neuroscientist, Dr. Bruce Lipton, says our thoughts are mainly controlled by our subconscious, and you cannot change a subconscious mind by just thinking about it. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, who a lot of people in our community love, reminds us the mind and the body are intimately connected, and what we think and feel affects every cell in our body. He also famously said, the mind follows the body comes first. So this is important to understand, because when you're trying to heal by analyzing, over understanding, or reading one more book, or going on abuse forums and talking to everybody else about their experience and what they've discovered, you're missing the part where your body is still in survival mode. It's still holding on to the trauma. If you've been trying to understand your way to freedom, this is why it hasn't worked, because you haven't got to inner standing, which is healing from within. And it doesn't mean that you're broken or that you're failing or you're defective. It just means that you've been using the wrong part of yourself to try to heal. When we go through narcissistic abuse, our nervous system gets trapped in constant survival. It's in fight, flight, or freeze or fawn. When you go towards somebody hurting you instead of pulling away and looking after yourself, these are all trauma responses. And your mind keeps spinning. It's trying to work it out, but your body is still holding all the unprocessed shock, betrayal, fear and grief, because it hasn't worked it out. It hasn't let it go yet. And that's why the research, the journaling, or the therapy that focuses only on understanding often doesn't bring lasting relief, because the trauma energy hasn't been released from your cells, from your emotional somatic self, which is driving 97% of your life by the time you're 35. Our life is on autopilot in relation to what's going on inside of us. You might notice you can talk about what happened calmly one day and you think you're better, you think you've got there, but the next you're spiraling again. That's not weakness. That's your body saying, please help me feel safe again. It's a bit like dragging a suitcase that's bursting open. You keep trying to zip it up and push the stuff down, and you carry it with you everywhere you're going. You can tell yourself it's fine, I've got this handled, but it's really heavy, and every bump in the road makes something spill out. That's what it's like when you try to think your way out of the trauma. You might organize it, label it, even understand what's inside, especially if you've done a lot of therapy and you've done a lot of self-reflection on your childhood. But you're still carrying it until you unpack it from the inside out. Just feel into this for a moment and be really honest with yourself. What are you still carrying on the inside that's too heavy to think your way through? True healing doesn't happen by analyzing the story. It happens when you go into the body, meet the pain, and release it at the energetic and subconscious level, because that's where it actually lives. And that's what I call quantum healing. And that's why I created Quantum Freedom Healing. It's the foundation of the Thriver way to heal. Because when you do this, the trauma that was once running you finally can leave your system. Your emotional, somatic self and your nervous system can reset. And then peace, confidence, and joy can organically rise up, because those commodities were always underneath the pain. It's like the sun on a cloudy day. The light never stopped shining. It was only obscured by clouds. And when we release trauma from our system, we're not creating peace or joy. We're simply clearing the clouds so that the light that was always there can shine through again. You've always been that light. You've just been hidden under layers of survival. I remember when I too was trying to think myself into being strong and recovered. And I thought that if I could just stay no contact, understand the disorder, and get justice, that I'd be free. But I wasn't. I just got sicker and I drowned deeper in trauma. It wasn't until I started feeling and releasing the trauma in my body that everything changed. The trigger stopped. The anxiety vanished. I healed conditions that I was told medically that I could never heal. And for the first time in my life, I finally felt like me again, and even so much better than the original me. And that's exactly what I teach through Quantum Freedom Healing. And I would love to give you a taste of the Thriver way to recover. And that's why I've just created what's called my Essentials Thriver Healing Pack. If you've done researching and you're ready to actually feel relief, I want to gift you this Essentials Thriver Healing Pack for free. It's my foundational guide that shows you how real healing happens at the root level, not just symptom management. So to receive it, all you have to do is click the link in the description, fill in some easy details, and we'll shoot it straight over to you. And please know it's free for a limited time, because I want you to experience what it feels like to finally start coming home to yourself and to melt away that obsession and start anchoring into true relief. Because you deserve peace, you deserve freedom, and it can start right here. So I hope today has resonated for you. It's helped you understand why it is nearly virtually impossible to think your way out of narcissistic abuse trauma. And please remember, keep smiling, keep healing, and keep thriving, because there's nothing else to do. Lots of love. Bye-bye.